Greetings, you're watching Beyond the Ballot on Level Set. My name is Jackie Shabangu, and today we are bringing to you yet another special edition of the program live at the Black Business Excellence Awards in the East Rand of Gauteng, South Africa. This is an event that is organized by the BBQ magazine in partnership with the government and other sponsors, where black businesses who have been doing excellent work in as far as providing strategic impetus where economic growth and job creation is concerned in this country. So today we will be having the Deputy President of the country, His Excellency Mr. Paul Mashatile, to give a keynote address, and right after that we'll be witnessing and celebrating those who have made a formidable contribution towards the economic development of this country. So do not go anywhere as we bring you this special coverage live from the Empire's Palace in the East Rand of Gauteng. God bless you. And joining me now is one of the very active citizens of South Africa, where economic transformation and enterprise development is concerned. Mr. Kolani Kubega is with me today. Mr. Kolani, welcome to Level Set.
I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. What brings you to the BBQ Awards, and what are your observations or key takeaways thus far?
Well, I think for me, what brings me here is to continue to support young people who are rising, who are doing the right things, who are geared towards changing South Africa. It's important that we continue to support entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs are running small businesses, and it is small businesses that are going to drive the future of the economy of this country.
Amazing. Economic transformation is one of the common themes that emerged during the speech of the Deputy President. What are your thoughts concerning that in as far as emerging entrepreneurs?
Well, throughout the world, entrepreneurs and SMMEs are the pillars of the economies. The National Development Plan targets that by 2030, 90% of the economy would be through SMMEs. And therefore, it is important that we are focused on building the capacity of SMEs as well as the competency of entrepreneurs.
So you are from the Small Business Development Institute, and you have done a lot of amazing things in this country. Gathering all key stakeholders in the ecosystem to engage and try to put together what I would perceive as strategic tools to can advance the SMME or entrepreneurship agenda in South Africa. Moving forward, this new government, what should it focus on in advancing the SMME agenda, where radical or sustainable economic transformation is concerned?
It's very fundamental that we understand how the economies run and how they perform and what makes them tick. And unfortunately for South Africa, SMMEs are synonymous to black entrepreneurs, and therefore an economic struggle is much more bigger than the freedom struggle, as it were. Therefore, it is important for us to put all that we have to make sure that we drive this economy to thrive. It was easy to attain political rights and freedom. However, we must do all that we can to make sure that we place our people at the epicenter of the mainstream economy.
How do you advise entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I think the focus should be on identifying what are those key sectors of the economy, which are the drivers of economic development, of economic growth. We need to be able to make sure that we build the necessary skills that ensures that we are well equipped for the markets out there, because our education system was based more on people being geared for employment. But we need to focus more of developing entrepreneurs that understand the key sectors, that have the necessary and requisite skills that the market wants. So let's not keep learning for the sake of it. Let's understand what are the needs of the market, and then we deploy the necessary skills. And we train young people towards being entrepreneurs rather than just being employees. It is very, very, very important. It is entrepreneurs that change the countries, as it were.
And with me now is the chairman of Expo International, Mr. Vinesh Sukari. Mr. Vinesh, what brings you to the BBQ Awards today?
So I'm always invited to the BBQ, and I come here so that I can interact with the business leaders, and I can get more insight into what inspires and motivates people around.
Amazing. So, in as far as the economic patterns of South Africa are concerned, what value are you wanting to impose into the South African ecosystem?
So last year I was invited to Singapore for the first edition of the Commonwealth Business Summit and Excellence Awards. And I received 2 awards in Singapore. And I then spoke to the organization to come to South Africa. So on the 16th and 17th of August, we're hosting the Commonwealth Business Summit and the Excellence Awards in South Africa at Empress Palace. Absolutely. So, we have a lot of business people coming from overseas. We have a lot of diplomats. We have our ministers from government. So we have a cross-pollination of people that will be invited to the Gala Dinner Awards. And I think that's just to close the gap so people can have an understanding when they're in business that they also need to interact with government. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for people to be able to network, to find business partners across the globe, and be able to compete with their products globally. So we have people, decision makers from banks. We have executives from corporate companies. We have directors of businesses or CEOs of businesses that's coming. So we have a mixture of people that are going to be at this awards and gala dinner.
Amazing. So how do people register to participate in the program or the expo itself?
So we have been marketing this very aggressively because the Commonwealth gave us short notice because, we were still having our elections and we were uncertain of our political situation. So we didn't have enough time to be able to prepare. However, we have such a huge support from businesses, from corporates, from organizations in South Africa that want to support this initiative because people can benefit out of this. And they can go back to their communities and their environment, and they can encourage and motivate and inspire people around them. So we've had a lot of interest from the African continent, from other countries on the continent, and we have a lot of people that are participating, people from Botswana, people from Zambia, and a lot of other countries as well. And apart from that, we also have a lot of Commonwealth countries. We have India, we have Sri Lanka. So we have a lot of people that's coming here that can share their knowledge and experiences that can help our people in our country to benefit from.
Take note, Souped the award, not me.
Oh yeah, take note. The company that she represents scooped their award. What does it mean to you?
It means a great joy. It means that there is recognition finally. When you keep working on something and you think that you're not heard or you're not seen. So this is a very important milestone. It means that we should not give up on the work that we're doing. We should keep on empowering young people through our Cyber Excellence Academy. We should also not give up, even though sometimes it gets hard, but we know the challenges are the next stepping stone for any business. So we're really, really privileged and honored to have received this award.
Amazing. So the common word that appears or that emerges in the program today is transformation. People who have provided strategic impetus in as far as economic transformation is concerned in South Africa. In your own understanding, as a South African, if I'm not mistaken, what is it that needs to be done to advance that cause by companies like the one that you are representing?
I think, political voice for our company, because we do cyber excellence training for young people for free. There are partners that we have like your MSCITA and CSIR, but we could need more support so that giving a young person wako Soweto or wako Harmanskrale a skill for free as cyber security, where they become a cyber defender or a cyber security analyst, and they get to change their lives and become something. So those kind of work that we do we need more support. We need somebody to hold our hands and say, keep going, like the BBQ did. He said, we see what you did, so keep on doing, keep on working. Your recognition is. So we hope this award will bring more partners, will bring more people to work with us and teach more young people, because so far we have done 67 young people on our own.
Amazing. I can hear that you are doing a lot of community work. And in the era of the fourth industrial revolution, as it's called, companies like yours are critical and inevitable in the whole ecosystem or in advancing economies. Where development of the youth is concerned, what do you hope to achieve maybe as a company moving forward? Because already you're doing a lot of work in as far as equipping young people with the needful skills to can take up careers or be relevant, find relevant expression rather in the space. What is it that you are hoping that you would achieve moving forward?
We are hoping to achieve a more diverse women involved in this industry, because it is mainly male dominated. You hardly find a cyber expert as a female, mostly they are men. So we hope young people that are there that are interested in digital work, in IT, look in the cyber security element. There's a lot of work, IoT, there's a lot of work. Right now we are sitting on 8 million vacancies on cyber security alone. So if women can just believe in themselves and know what they're doing and believe that this can happen, anything is possible when you believe. So a young person out there, I would love to see women get more involved in this program. The program is they're free. We do them for free. You don't have to pay anything. So if they can reach out on our website, www.technotit.co.za, the information about the program is there.
Your last words, maybe to young people.
Oh, my last words to young people is that there's opportunities. It's up to you what you want to do with them. South Africa is full of opportunities. If young people can stand up for, and try and keep trying, someday the door will open. They don't have to give up because one door was closed. Kick the next one, knock on the next one until something happens. So all I will say is that believe in yourself. You are strong, you are powerful, and you can make it.
I was reminding my team in the office that I think this could be the third or fourth time I'm speaking at the events of BBQ, if I'm not mistaken. I'm here because you are celebrating South Africa's transformational business leaders who have fought for structural transformation in the corporate sector over these past 2 decades. We commend your contribution to the growth of our economy, especially by supporting micro businesses primarily owned by Africans, mostly in townships as well, informal settlements, and also in rural areas. Furthermore, we appreciate your efforts through the BBQ magazine, which keeps the transformation discourse on the national agenda by acknowledging leaders who are contributing to this critical goal of economic transformation. Recognizing people who have gone above and beyond in business is vital because it empowers them to become enthusiastic about a subject that is valuable to them, and it gives others following in the same footstep confidence that they too can succeed. Black entrepreneurs' success is the ultimate path to economic freedom, which we truly need after achieving political freedom. Speaking of freedom and democracy, at the University of Johannesburg, in partnership with government and other leading think tanks, we organized the 30th or 30 years of democracy conference, where I had the privilege to also say something this morning. My remarks in that conference, that I made the point that 30-year mark of democracy is a crucial turning point for reflection on both how far we have come, mostly, where are we going in the immediate future, but also in the next 30 years as a nation, especially towards the 100 years of the Freedom Charter in 2055. In my considered view, I believe that we can all play a role in creating a country of our dreams. Not only the government, but all sectors of society, including politicians, public sector, policy specialists, and the academia, of course, must collaborate to create a path for our country that promotes economic growth, overall prosperity, and nation building. Once again, as in 1994, we have the opportunity to build a united and prosperous South Africa under the government of national unity. Most of us will recall that the process of adopting the 1993 Constitution and the CODESA process involved engaging sectors of society that contributed to a multi-party process, which of course led to the adoption of the 1996 Constitution. We have consistently recognized that the nation-building process is extensive. Our vision, as encapsulated in the Freedom Charter, is to establish a society that is founded on the most superior aspects of human civilization, including political and human freedoms, socio-economic rights, value systems, and identity. And of course, JJ, as you said, we must not forget that the people shall share in the country's wealth, as said in the Freedom Charter. Program Director, this human civilization should be demonstrated by the ongoing improvement of methods to harness our natural environment, convert it into a shared human benefit, and ensure its renewal for future generations. It should also be reflected in the management of human interactions, with a focus on political equality, but also social inclusivity. The way we care for and protect the most vulnerable members of our society should serve as a singular criterion for evaluating the progress of our civilizing mission. The Government of National Unity is therefore guided by the aspiration that underscore the Freedom Charter's call that the people shall govern. Although it may be challenging for everyone concerned, the emergence of the 2024 GNU represents to some extent a realization of the ANC long-standing goals of non-racialism, non-sexism, and equality. In the words of former President Oliver Reginald Tambo, who was amongst those who led the process of modeling what we can call the South Africa of our dreams, stated the following: "We have a vision of South Africa in which black and white shall live and work together as equals in conditions of peace and prosperity." Indeed, Program Director, the 2024 election outcomes present us with an opportunity to return to the task of building a South Africa that will not be defined by race, class, or gender. However, we must not ignore the structural and systemic inequality that persists across all sectors of our economy, particularly in business and industry, if we are to build a truly united South Africa. Our dedication to non-racialism and working together does not mean we are unaware that the apartheid legacy still persists even today in some parts of our country. Program Director, our dedication to non-racialism and working together does not mean that we are unaware of the apartheid legacy. However, we must be positive about our nation's future. Compatriots, in recognition of the 7th administration's promising beginning and the dedication of multiple political parties within the GNU who have reached a consensus to formulate a common program aimed at fostering an improved, inclusive, and more just South Africa. I'm using the word promising beginning. And JJ was asking me earlier, is GNU working? So, promising beginning. We hope things will go well. Program Director, to achieve the goals that we have set, as I said, we have placed the National Development Plan 2030 as the central pillar to guide the development approach, which will inform the outcomes to be achieved by this administration. Therefore, in the next 5 years, our strategic priorities are as follows: to create inclusive economic growth and job creation, that's number one. To maintain and optimize the social wage, and thirdly, to build a capable, ethical, developmental state. Our objective is to promote the allocation of funds towards long-term assets, which is the development of industries, the generation of employment opportunities, and the improvement of the quality of life of our population. We remain committed to investing in our people through education, skills development, and high-quality health care. We aspire to improve our community's spatial perspectives by constructing inclusive cities and delivering better services. We urge all segments of society to work with us to ensure that our democracy is stable, efficient, and effective, bringing all people together. We shall leave no one behind. Ladies and gentlemen, as an activist and in my capacity as the Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, I'm deeply devoted to advancing the cause of empowering the people and ensuring that the fruits of our development are accessible to all. The government remains resolute in its pledge to cultivate an environment conducive to the flourishing of Black people in general, but with a strong focus on youth and women-led businesses. As government, we are leveraging the black-owned business sector to rebuild after the global economic downturn or meltdown and the COVID-19 pandemic. We are willing to have important conversations about how the informal economy can contribute to building our economy. The increase in the number of unemployed South Africans, particularly amongst the youth, necessitate more immediate steps to assist us in fundamentally altering our economic growth trajectory. We must therefore have an open and inclusive conversation about rebuilding, which will result in increased economic activity. We must acknowledge that there is a more pressing need to support aggressive means and forms of economic integration for black-owned firms, particularly in the historically untransformed sectors of the economy. We must pay close attention to how government at all levels can create supporting policies and regulatory environments that support the informal economy, but in particular, that must support black business. Program Director, amid our current discourse on the country's economic trajectory, there is room for growth. There is room for development and hope. The government efforts to restructure the economy through BBBE policy, legislative framework, and other interventions have made some progress. But further efforts are required, as Mr. Matona said earlier. Despite the obstacles encountered since the passage of the BBBE Act 2 decades ago, our government remains unwavering in its mission to enhance and broaden economic empowerment and inclusion across all sectors. This will continue to be the case even under the government of national unity. Ladies and gentlemen, if we do not collaborate, the government alone cannot create stability or fulfill the National Development Plan Vision 2030 goal of eradicating poverty. We must collaborate to broaden the scope of black-owned businesses beyond the convenience store chains, such as plaza shops. Our economy has much to offer, and the informal sector, which is dominated by black-owned businesses, should take advantage of this reality. Importantly, we encourage you to come up with new ideas for establishing sustainable enterprises that would leave a legacy for future generations. I want to see more black businesses in what is called the mainstream of the economy, because there are many that think you can't be there. We must disappoint them. We want to see you there. That's the legacy we're going to leave for generations to come by taking ownership of this economy. Program directors, I conclude, since you said we must be brief.